Hi, guys. Hey, Colleen.
Hi,
How are you?
Danielle. How are you, bestie?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to see you. I enjoyed watching your live on Becky's channel last night. That was so
Oh,
cool.
thank you so much.
And are you live again today, this afternoon? I feel like there's another live today on Blue Sapphire's channel.
I am not a part of that one,
Oh,
so
okay, you're not
I
in
will
that
be
one.
watching. I will
Some
be
of
in
our
the
friends
chat.
are. Like, I
Yeah.
wrote down must attend
Yes.
today, 5 p.m. my time. So I think
Yeah.
there's more going on today. I
Indeed.
hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You as well. It was very quiet here. It was turkey for two, so we
Aw.
enjoyed it. Yeah. How about you?
Well, so we had the same thing going on because my kids don't like Thanksgiving food. I don't know why. So I made a very small amount of food
Mhm.
and didn't have leftovers the next day, which is kind of a win.
Oh man, see
I
that's
just
my
like
favorite.
potatoes
Yeah,
left.
that's one of my favorite parts is the leftovers. So we had leftovers last night. Was yesterday Friday? I mean, my weeks are
Yesterday
like
was Friday, yeah.
yeah. So we had leftovers yesterday, and I was so excited.
Oh,
String
good.
bean casserole, 2 days in a row. Woo, woo. Sorry.
See, I didn't even make the casserole this year. I did potatoes and then the sweet potato thing,
Yeah.
and I did cranberry with. I didn't want to buy like all the turkey I could find was massive, so I just got chicken and told everyone it was turkey.
Oh, nice. That's a swerve. That's a good one.
Nobody asked it. I didn't offer the information. I just served it.
They were just like,
There
"Hey,
you
this is
go.
good
Put the
turkey,
cranberry
mom.
on it.
Really
Put the
juicy
gravy on
this
it.
year."
It kind of worked out. So yeah, I love leftovers too, but I'm like the only one in my house that really digs like the Thanksgiving spread.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who will eat pumpkin pie.
Mm,
So luckily my market sells it by the slice, so I was able to get myself some because the boys are
nice.
like, I want chocolate cake.
Nice. Well, I'm
Like
glad
that's
that.
not Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's not Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie.
Right. I know. So I told them we'll do our version of Thanksgiving since we're by ourselves this year.
Mhm.
Last year we were at my parents' house, and my parents do like the whole big
Oh yeah.
thing,
Mhm.
and they would do that even if it was just them, the two of them. They would still do it because it's like
Wow.
it's a thing. They just always have to be on traditions like that.
I love that though. That's gives them something to look forward to every year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
I'm a little like adrift sometimes. I don't always do the traditional stuff I'm supposed to do to teach the kids and give them those. But when I ask them and their tech dad, what do you guys want to do? They're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play video games. We want chocolate cake.
Mhm.
And I'm like, might as well give them what they want.
All right.
I'll go do my meeting.
I can't say I'm much better because I watched football. So
See, well, football's kind of a thing, though, isn't it? Like lots of folks, I
yeah.
think, do a football thing. At
Yeah.
thanks.
Well, like I love the Cowboys are my team and they play every Thanksgiving. So
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
don't
true.
want to brag or anything, but they beat the Chiefs this year. What?
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So cool. Awesome. Oh, so let's see. I'm gonna introduce the giveaway really quick. And
Perfect.
I was gonna give away, guys, in case you didn't see my unboxing, you can check it out on my channel. But I have forgive me, Jody's kit. I was thinking Leslie because Leslie has a sale today. I was gonna try to
Ooh,
remember to tell you guys about that.
to go grab that.
But I have Jody's December favorites. I have one of her new December kits to give away. So that's my gift for today.
I love
And it
that.
has a bunch of cute stuff in it. You can check out the unboxing, but just a few of the items in it. Beautiful pearls.
I guess
And
I should go. I guess I should go do the. We never did the giveaway. We got busy talking, and I didn't never set it
right,
up.
there's still time. There's still
I'm
time.
gonna
We
go
can
do
do
that
that.
now.
Okay. Yeah, once you got it, just let everybody know what the thingy is, and or I'll pop it up on the screen. But so yeah, today I'm gonna do a quick tutorial of how to make the spiral bracelet. So you guys liked it. You said last week that you liked this one, and so I went ahead and wrote it up. And it's the one in the photo there, and it's on my wrist. I'm currently wearing it. And so this is my current stacker. I'll give you a closer view of that on my mat. But if you'd like to go to the landing page for our box, this one is ready to go for you up there. And it's the one we're going to do a tutorial on for our Seed Bead Saturday. And look, there's a link here. It's going to show you This link is the one for Jody's December kit. So if you want to check out her December kit, and that is going to be my giveaway today. I got 2 of them. And I'm just going to scroll the chat to see if I missed anybody's comment. And I didn't say hi yet. Hi, guys. Sorry I didn't read out names. I was just jumping right in. Oh, you guys are so funny. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I was seeing one comment about they are waiting for their box still. And because I was watching them, the only ones that are still wandering about are the ones going to my friends in Canada. So those are just taking a little longer. They take about an extra week, but I'm watching them all. And so far, they're finding their way around. So a couple of them went the long way. I was looking at the tracking and I was like, why did it go to 4 states before going? Or I don't know. Just like, as long as it eventually makes it there and makes it there in good shape, then I feel like it's a win. But yeah, so I'm going to hold up this is one I have in process, so I can show you. It doesn't have its clasp on it yet. But this is called flat spiral rope. And it's made with the box strand of 6mm fire polish. This is what I have left of my strand. And then I used the 4mm Drukes. And I used 2 of our seed bead mixes. So the 8-0 and the 11-0 round mixes, the Pulsar and Milky Way mixes. I used the lobster claw clasp and I used the jump rings. And then I pulled in some charms on my finished one. I made a little charmed ankle for it. So I'm going to switch my camera and show you guys what I have going on my mat. There we go. And let me get my lighting right. Bright light. Okay, is that good, guys? I feel like it's so dark. It's really rainy and cold and dark here, so I don't have great light today. So hopefully it's seeable. But so this is our current bracelet stacker going. So far for the project box, I've released the tutorials for this one. And then I've released the tutorials for our earrings. It's really fun. And the third one I'm going to release is this one here. So this is our flat spiral rope bracelet. And here's a little close-up view of the little charm I made. And then this other one that I'm wearing is a new one. Their tutorial for this one's not out yet, but I'm going to go ahead and write that one up next. I just made this one, started it a couple of nights ago and finished it up this morning. I ran into one little snag with it. It's just that the number of beads it's using is like a lot. And I still had enough in my tube, but I want to go ahead and show another way to make it longer without having to keep going. But you could make, this is basically 2/3 of the length I kind of wanted it to be. It's just I was running really low on sticking to one tube after making all those earrings. So for this one, you might want to snag one of my extras if you like this one, but I will write it up because I think it's cool. And then the last tutorial I want to do, probably not the last one, but the one that's still in the works that's coming up, is I was going to show how to make these beaded beads. And so these are useful for a lot of different things. This is like a great bead cap that can go like in an earring design. This is a bead that can go on leather. I used it on silver silk. So if you have Nile's companion bundle, you can put it on your pearlesque chain. And then the caps, you see here the same cap design was made, but I used some of the beads from his bundle to like link these edges. So this is the next tutorial that I'm going to be working on after I do the all the bracelets. But actually, I'll probably do this one first, and then I'll do that one. What do you guys think? Do you like it? The caps are fun. They're really versatile. They can become a lot of things for your jewelry designs. So just a really fun way to use up those mini duos. The mini duos in your kit, I was going to show you one thing really quick. So they came in a little baggie, and you had about 10 grams. So you should have plenty, but if you want more, I did sell out of the jars in my shop. Then I was digging through my stash and I found that I have about 50 grams each of the purple and the AB Jet. So I went ahead and threw those into my shop this morning. So I have a few of the 10-gram bags of just a solid color of these two ones. I don't have any more of the seafoam, sadly. That's the one that kept me from making more, but I listed the solids that I have of those in case you want to work with just those colors. Those are in the shop. All right, let's dive in. Let's dive in on this beautiful, beautiful bracelet. So I have this one ready to go. And I'm going to show you starting, and then we'll switch to this one for putting on the clasp. But basically, it is a flat spiral rope that's very, very beginner friendly. So it's super, super easy to make. And I've been wearing it a lot because it looks really cool on. So I tried 2 different things so I could answer some. Oh, thank you, Cecilia. That's so kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's really awesome. Thank you for the super chat. And so this bracelet right here is made with the thread that came in the kit. Let me show you the thread. Now in the instructions, I've written it up as Fireline or Wildfire because I think it makes it way easier if you work with those. If you're working with this thread, it will work for you, but it doesn't like stay tightened when you make each of your stitches. So you'll be having to like hand secure the tension as you work. But it does work. You can use it. So it's just a little bit more of an experienced beading hand will have an easier time working with that thread for it. So my original, I worked with Fireline. And you can kind of see the Fireline beading thread sticking out there a little bit. It's a little bit thicker. And that's what I'll use today. Actually, I'm going to grab the, I have some of my Fireline here. 6 pound is great. I used crystal, but for today, I'm going to work with smoke so you can see. And then when we finish up that other one, I'll be working with this color. She'll be able to see that too. But so let's see. I said to start with about 60 inches of beading thread. That is if you want to do 17 beads. I'll leave you just enough for your clasp. And 17 beads will give you a length of 6.5 before clasp. So 7 with the toggle and everything, or lobster claw. You'll get about a little under 7 inches in that case. And that again is 17 fire polish in length. So 60 inches will cover you for that. But if you want to just give yourself an extra 10 inches, that'll make sure you have enough for sure. If you want to add a few as you're working, you may try it on and say, hey, I want to put a little extra on there. Let's see. Oh, and it looks like, oh, cool. Thank you for the banner. Colleen put the banner up, guys. I didn't see it, but the banner's up there. It's #bestie to win Jody's kit. All right, so what I'm doing here is just flattening the end of that. And I have a size 10 beading needle. This is one of those bead-along ones. It's a really nice ones. I like them. Just fold over a bit there. And so in this handout, it shows core beads and arm beads. So if you've made a flat spiral rope before, you're familiar with this kind of concept where you string the core beads and then you put arms around it. Oh, thank you so much, Melanie. That's so sweet. Thank you for the super chat. I think that's what those are called. Forgive me if I got that wrong. Thanks, guys. You guys are so awesome. So I'm going to show you how to start, and then we'll switch to the finished one. But basically, the whole concept here is you're going to be just putting arms and linking each of these together as you're going, and it builds up really quick. It works really fast, actually. You can get one of these done in like an hour and a half or so, even less than that. All right, so starting with, we're going to need fire polish beads, our 80 seed beads. You can see my mix is really, it's down to the last little bits. I had all the AB got used in this bracelet, so I'm like down to no ABs in there. And then 4 millimeters. So there's 80, 11, 6 millimeter fire polish, 4 millimeter drook beads. And if you're working from your stash at home, You can use any 4mm bead, including a 6/0 seed bead. And it'll give you the counts you need. So start with a stop bead. I do recommend putting a stop bead on it just because it makes it so much easier. And leave about a 7-inch tail or so. 7 to 10 inches. It's going to be needed for your clasp attachment. And then we'll start with 1 8/0 seed bead, 1 fire polish bead, and another 8/0. So just ignore the stop bead. Basically, we have our 8/0 fire polish, 8/0, and then you'll pick up 3 11/0, one of your drook beads, and then 3 11/0. So there's an arm. And so when you hear core beads, think these, and arm beads, think those. So we're going to circle and go through the 8/0, the fire polish and the 8/0. That's your arm beads going through the core beads. And they're going to hug it like that. So that's the basic structure of it. And if you're familiar with flat spiral rope, you'll notice I'm straying a bit from the concept here. I did something just a little bit different. It's the same idea, but I'm not linking two of the main core beads like is usually done. So here's our second set of arm beads. This is going to be for the other side. You just want to go back through the 8/0, the 6mm bead, and the 8/0. And then just pull to tighten. And move in that stop bead just for clarity. You'll see that's what we've got. So that's one of the repeats. Oh, wow. Thanks so much, Suem. Thank you. You guys are really awesome today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So there's one. So let's start our next repeat. So we'll pick up a fire polish bead, another 8/0. Go ahead and slide those down. See if my 8/0 seed bead wants to slide down or not. There we go. So now you have that. And then we'll pick up 3, one of the 4mm, 3 more. And here's the linking step. So we're going to use these 3 core beads. So 8/0, 6mm, and then the 8/0 seed bead. So one of the easiest ways, if your tension is really tight, getting under and through that 8/0 is a little tricky, but I find that if you kind of push your needle down into the 6/0 seed bead a little bit, and then just make a little turn, you can get through it. And through all the beads above. Sorry about that. Hooked onto my mat. And so when we pull to tighten that, you'll get a spiral arm that's going to kind of overhang just a little bit. It's going to overhang the ones below. See how you got this one back here and this one in the front? And I tend to like to push them to the left, each of the first spirals arms, and then I'll work the second arm and it'll sit on the right. And that's just a style thing. You can actually do the opposite direction if you want to. I think it's just because it's easier for me to hold like that. So here's our second arm. And then again, just pushing down into the fire polish bead to help you get through. That one little trick right there will save you a lot of frustration because sometimes it's like the hardest part is getting through that bead. And so let's go ahead and make our next one. And if you want to just go random for how many, like for example, let me show. I was just going random I actually kind of copied the order that my strand was in. Because as you know, that strand originally, before I had cut it, had a random order for these different blues. So here's the next 6mm bead. and then the next 8-0 bead. And we'll just slide that down. So there you go. Okay, so let's pick up 3 and a 4mm and 3 of the 11-0. And then once again, we're going to kind of poke it down so we can make a turn and get through all 3 of those. And if your other bead isn't there, you can continue the stitch through and then just go through it here if that's easier. So there's one side. And then getting through all those. There we go. So isn't that cool? It's a little different than your standard spiral because they're not, most spirals would hug both 6mm, right? Oh, Sue, no, that's great. I mean, that's really awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are so cool. Thank you so much for being here with me on the holiday weekend. It's actually the best place. I don't know where else I'd rather be. Just having fun with you guys. So let's do one more like that. And let me know if you think that this makes sense and I can go on to the next part, which is basically finishing the ends because this is all you do the whole time. It's really, really nice, easy, relaxing stitch, I think. And it's going to work with a lot of different beads too. You can try out different gemstones you've got. Different seed bead counts work. I've seen so many versions of this. There was one in Beadwork magazine once that added little discs along the way. I think they were called O beads. Or they might have been demi-rounds. I'm not sure which ones they were. And sometimes right before I finish that, I'll tighten by pulling on that working thread from the previous stitch and then continue that stitch going on. Aw, Colleen, you're so cool. Thank you. You guys are having so much fun in the chat. I love watching the chat go by. So there it is. What do you guys think? Does this make sense? I can do one more. Let's do one more so you can just kind of see the whole process going one more time. I was thinking for the box, I've made a lot of bracelets. Maybe I need to make some kind of like pendant design to use up the extra check beads. I think that's what I'm going to do next week. And these other 2 designs will just be videos. Oh, here's an example of something that might happen when you're working. You might just get through the 8-0. That's okay too. You can kind of shorthand it. Bring it up like that. And get through those other beads. Even one by one if you want. O's just going random with those. See how quick? It goes really fast. You'll have this done so fast. And yeah, Anissa, I am using Fireline. I did an experiment just in case I got asked. I wanted to be able to answer what happens if I want to use the thread you gave me in the kit for this design. And the answer is it totally works, but it's just a little less like sticky. So with the Fireline, you notice once you've pulled it through, it's just solidly staying in place without you really having to do much. But with these, with every new stitch I was making, I was having to like hold on to my tension so that, and I have stop beads on here even now because it loosens up after. But that said, it makes a really flowy bracelet. So there's trade-offs all the time to things. It's really, it's a lot more bendable. See, this one doesn't bend as much. Still bends a lot, but yeah, so I'll go ahead and switch over here. I can always come back and show more of those if you guys want. But at this point, you don't need any more of your droop beads or fire polish. And put those off to the side. And you only need a couple more 8-0s. One for the start and one for the finish. So let's bring the little handout over. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Blessed and beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely this one is something that I think one of the first things I picked up in addition to like learning some of the basic like things like peyote stitch. This one was one of the ones where I was like making like 10 of them because I got so excited, and it's like a stash buster, right? Because we all have stuff like this in our stash. We all have a good 6mm bead. You can size it down to 4mm. And it still works. You just change the counts. You know, there's so many wonderful things. And there's variations of this that I might even have on my channel, actually. We did one of these with a box that I did with Carol and Jennifer like 2 years ago, I think. Maybe 3 years ago now. But we did a spiral rope then, and it was one that joined 2. You know, sometimes the arms go around both of these, and then you stack a new one like that. So each one you'd go circle, stack a new one, circle, stack a new one. That's the traditional way to do this. This one's a little different. So I took some liberties here with this one. So on the starting and finishing side, I have the clasp going out of an 8-0 here. And I'll show this whole path. And then here I added some loops, which are completely optional. You could just go straight to the jump rings. But I thought the loop was better because if you needed to, if you're using an open jump ring and for some reason it comes off, you can always reattach it to a loop. But if you do it this way and your jump ring comes loose, it's a lot harder because then the thread end flips back into the bead and you can't reach it anymore. So if you're using an open jump ring, this is the way to go. And since I had open jump rings in the kit, that's why I was showing this. But that said, if you want to go and use a toggle for this design, you can do both ends like that. And let me show you what they look like. I'm going to take this one off. Just so you can see it. See, that's really, really streamlined. Really nice way to finish a design. And on this end, it's still really nice, but you do have something happen in there with the little loop. But yeah, so let's do that. Let's fix the ends of these. I do have stop beads on here that I have to take off. So let me take off this one. Or at least I'm going to unloop from it. And step one on this side is you just got to bring on one 8-0 seed bead. And waxing the thread might help, Monica. Yeah, it might. I think waxing the thread could definitely be an advantage here because then maybe things would stay in place when you work with it. And oh, you know, I haven't noticed a difference in Wildfire. So I see there's a question here. I'm going to pop this one up. I have not noticed that, but I'll look for it now. I tend to work with all those colors. So I think most recently I've worked with the gray, and gray seemed to be pretty good. So you're comparing green and frost. Oh, and gray, I see. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I will look. All right. Oh, and I need a lobster claw. One sec. Grab one of those. So yeah, we're going to need lobster claw, and I'll grab what I have left in my jump rings here. And so if you're using the ones from your kit, they are open ones. I have already closed these with my chain nose pliers. We'll need those for the other side. For this side, we just need the lobster claw. So we'll go through here. Bring that down. I'm going to push these out of the way a little bit. Let's see. Can you please show how to spiral stitch the standard way? If I get time, Kelly, I will definitely. This one I think worked better for the beads we've got with this kind of weird way. But yeah, I definitely, and I'll dig for I already have a tutorial, so I'll dig for that one too. So we've got the lobster claw coming on. And I'm going to go through the 2 8-0 seed beads, and then go ahead and continue through the next 6mm. And then you'll want to go through the next 8-0 bead. So we went through all of those. That's going to bring the clasp to sit just right above your seed bead. And then just head through one of the arms. And when you get to the top of that arm, you can go through the 8-0 seed bead again. So the second one. And reinforce my clasp here. And then go down through all the beads again. So the 8-0s, the 6 millimeter, the next 8-0. Pull to tighten. And then we'll go through the next arm, the one on the other side. Got through there. And then reinforcing this one more time. Give me a shout if I go off camera. I tend to do that lately. Hope I'm staying on there. All right, and from here, I did something else. I went down to the next set. So through the next 6 millimeter, next 8-0. And from here, you can weave in. If you want to reinforce it one more time, you can weave up. So going through an arm. And then through the other arm. You'll have to kind of flip it to see where you're exiting on the backside, to the top of that arm. And from here, if you want to go back up, you can just go through the fire polish bead. And that's not going to change your thread path on you. Here's our 8-0. And through here. And down. So that's pretty much it. I'm just going to weave in really quick. I'm going to go through maybe one of these arms over here just for some symmetry. So that one's reinforced. And maybe go down here through this one now. So just, watching that structure for how you stitched it. And if you want to do a knot, you can grab one of the, do a 1/2 inch knot with a core thread. Like that. It's not going to stay completely in place, but it, gives you a little bit of security. So just go through that loop. And then I'll just head down through some more beads. And sorry about that. Hope that wasn't really loud. I just dropped my little bowl that I had there. There we go. So there's one side complete. And then on this side, we're just take that stop bead off. Kind of almost the same thing. We're just going to have a little extra step that is adding a loop of beads. Oh, I might have burned that end. Let me trim it. There you go. Oh, thank Rustic Dragonfly Designs. Thank you so much. Yeah, these colors they're really fun. And I'm just scrolling to see if I missed anything, any questions. Give me a shout if I do. Oh, Philomena, I missed your super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, that's really good. That's really kind. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you. So on this side, kind of the same thing. We're just going to pick up an 8-0 seed bead, string that on, and then 3, or you can just go with 6, but I'm going to go 3, jump ring, and 3. Might as well get the jump ring going. And then head back down through the 8-0s, the next 6 millimeter bead, and the next 8-0. It'll form a little loop here at the top. And you already have your jump ring on it if you picked it up. That looks like that. And then you can just do that same little trip through the arms. There's one side. And so with Fireline, this will pop a lot more for you, but with my regular thread, see how it kind of moves around a little bit? Definitely waxing though, I think would help. There we go, get through those. The 8-0. Oops, I want to be on the front side here. You want to exit from your 8-0 on the side where you can get through that arm, if you can. Otherwise, you just got to poke it through. And which side did I do double already? Was it this one or that? I think it was that one. So let's go through here. And then that second 8-0, that's the one you want to go through. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to head on down through the next set so I can repeat that. But that's basically in a nutshell how to put that together. You would just do maybe one more trip up. And then on this design, it doesn't really need it, but see the spirals just kind of stay in place pretty well. I don't feel like they move around too much once you've reinforced them, but if you feel like you really want to lock them, there's one more little extra trip I can show you that I honestly don't do all the time, but sometimes, like every once in a while, you get a bracelet where you feel like I want these to stay, because the first one you have sometimes moves a lot. Honestly, on these ones, it doesn't once you reinforce it. But if you feel like you want to do a lock stitch, how that looks is you'd go through one of these arms, and you see where they kind of touch here? Like this bottom one here is touching this top one. You can kind of try to exit from, in this case for us, it would be the second 11-0 bead in the arm I'm traveling through. And then you see how the thread's kind of crossing the arm above it? It's telling you, yeah, you can go through this one here. And what that does is it locks these two together. That is an optional thing you can do if you like it. And it brings you to the top where you can reinforce, which you guys have seen me do that, but there it is. Pretty cool, right? So let's see. Oh, we're doing great on time. So yeah, I might have time to show you what another spiral looks like. I think it was Kelly that asked that. Yeah, if you guys want to see that, we can try that. I'd be winging it, but I've winged it before. We always have fun. So your traditional spiral, not the like variation I just showed you, would involve, let's just keep it with the same counts. It's going to need a lot more 11-0s though. Let me see if I have more Fireline. Here, I'm just going to use what's left here. Okay. So for this, you'll do the same thing you'd want to put on a stop bead. And then maybe you guys like this more. I don't know. We'll see. Then you would string your 8-0 bead, a fire polish, your next 8-0 bead, fire polish. And the 8-0 beads are optional, actually. In fact, actually, you know what? In this kind of design, you could probably skip the separating 8-0s. I've seen it both ways. I've seen where there's a terminating bead and where there's not. They both kind of work. Yeah, in which case we wouldn't need the first one either. Let's try it. We may not like it. We can always try a different version. Okay, so just two. In that case, two stop bead, right? And then two of these. And then let's try going 3, 4, 5, 6. So in this case, I did 3 11-0, 8-0, 4mm, 8-0. We'll do 3 more 11-0. And then you just need to test the height. And the way you test the height, hold your center bead next and see if you've got enough room to go around the beads that are that you want to surround. And sometimes the best way is just to test it. So you'll come back through and go through those 2 beads. And make sure that height works. And if you feel like you want to add, see, like I've got a lot of space there, but I think that's going to work. Let's try it. We can always try it another count. 3, 4 millimeter, and 3, and then back through the 2. All right, and so you end up with something kind of like that. It could be something different, you know, whatever you feel like doing. And then we'll pick up another 6 millimeter. And then you would do the same count of arms. So 3, one of these, one of those, one of those, and 3 more. And for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to hug these 2. So you would need to go back through both of those. And now see how much overlap you get? So the 2 sides are going to lay like that. That's our traditional spiral rope. We can continue on with it for a minute and see, but I'm going to need to pull some of these off because I ran out of droops. And that's okay to do. I could have grabbed another strand, but I'd have to pull it out of the shop. I know you guys might want them. So I left it in there. I think I've been thinking of adding like a lot of droops. I personally really love working with them. So I thought that might be something I hunt for in our Tucson trip. They tend to have a lot of really pretty options. And I'll be able to see them in person and, you know, do all that fun. Okay, now I should have enough to really demo this. Okay, let's move that up there. Okay, so we want to do that again. 3-11-0, one of our droops. Oh no, an 8-0. Sorry, a droop, an 8-0, and then 3-11-0. You guys might like this better than the one I had. Yeah, okay. That's pretty, isn't it? Oh, yeah. So definitely. So it has lots of names. I've heard people call it, most commonly, I hear it called flat spiral rope. But definitely, like, it has a lot of names. I'm not sure what it is really. I mean, it's essentially kind of score stitch, I guess. But I don't know. It's really fun. Let's keep going. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, and see, I'm going to keep forgetting to put that 8-0 on there. There we go. And so that's your arm if you're doing this count. And then we'll go back through. The overlap is more pronounced, I think. I think my kids are watching Star Wars. I hear Star Wars playing down there. There's our next arm. It's pretty cool, right? It does look really neat. Yeah. And see, the side of it tends to layer up like that, which gives it a really cool look. When I make this kind of spiral, I almost always feel the need to lock the first one. So if I was going to lock this one when I'm doing my reinforcing, I would exit out of one of the 8-0s and go into the next 8-0. That's a good spot. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope so. I feel like all bead weaving it's totally easy, and it needs to be shown how easy it is so more people get addicted to it like me. This is really fun. I just want to keep going and see what this looks like. We'll do this another minute until I run out of thread anyway. My thread's really short. And you could finish this the same way, meaning how to put on the clasp. You just finish it the same exact way we did the one I was showing earlier. Put an 8/0 or 2 at the end. Your clasp, whatever clasp you're going to do. You could really have fun with the colors on this too. Like right off the bat, I was just thinking, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Claire, so you'd end it the same way. So you can kind of look at that a little bit. My thread's a little short, but let's see. Yeah, so I would play with the placement of my 8/0 seed beads to make the kind of a pattern. Maybe 2 orchid, 1 turquoise, 2 orchid, or something like that. I don't know. There's one that goes offset. Turquoise orchid, turquoise orchid. That looks neat too. I love that. That's actually really pretty. I like the side look of that. So now I wish I did this one. Thanks, Kelly, for the idea to try it. I think the only reason I didn't automatically just go to this one is it tends to be a little less flexible to see. Although for a bracelet, not going to be a problem. But it's a little less bendy. This one is crazy bendy. It's crazy good for how much you can flex it around, and you get a little more space between the beads. So see how the difference there. I'll hold it up. Whichever one you like, concept is the same. You could try a different version. You'll get more flexibility if you put an 8/0 in between, but it will really change the look, and you'll need a taller arm. But I showed you how to test your arms. So you can do this with any bead in your collection. So for this, yeah, for finishing it, I would do the same thing we did before. I would have 2 8/0s happening, and then either go through your clasp or string the 6 11/0 around a jump ring. So here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, jump ring. And then you'd want to, oops, sorry, that jump ring was very, very actively moving that way. Go back through. In this case, you would need to go back through too. And there, see your jump ring hanging out up there. I would do a toggle and just do, right straight to the bead. But so there's that. From here, you just want to head back up. My thread's really short, but you'd want to head back up through the spiral arm. And then you would want to go through the first 8/0 in that case. Because the reason I went through the second one on this version, is because our arms were hugging these beads. So you saw me shooting up through this one for that reason. But on this design, you would want to go through that one, because we're hugging the top of the fire polish. Your thread path is to the top of the fire polish and through both 8/0. My thread's so short, but basically just right up that way. Yeah, there it is. So that's really cute. I might finish that. I'll need to add thread, but it's very cool. So let's see. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing really good on time. Oh, thanks, Lori. Yeah, Melanie, I hope you try it. I think it's really fun. It's a really fun, like a little way to use up your beads too. Let me see if I missed any comments. Yeah, so let me show you one other idea that I was working on, because I still have quite a few of my check beads left, like these, and I have a good amount of 11/0 going. And I think even with the 8/0 I have left, it'd be enough to make a chain. So I'm going to be taking this one apart a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. I was attempting a bunch of different things, but I want to do this cactus pattern for you guys. And the zipper pull was a cute idea, but I need a necklace really bad for our box because there's no necklace yet. So what I was thinking is I would do this as a pendant and then just have a chain and ignore the top. I'm going to change something there's going to happen. I was trying to make it a bracelet at first, which was going to be kind of my traditional thing that I do. And I'm going to change that now and take it apart. But what I was thinking is I could bring it into a point and it would be a pendant. I could bring it into a point down here. I don't know. And then if you wanted to get extras, you could do the whole bracelet using the repeats of the pattern. Like 5 cactus will give you a bracelet. Oh, and one other thing I noticed. We can fit, I believe we can fit a jump ring under it and do another fold over tab. I thought that was one way we could do it too. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to play with it, make sure it works, and then I'll list that one. So that's a third one that I'm planning to do. Let me show you this one again. If I can get it off. It's like stuck. This is herringbone. Yeah, I will definitely, for sure. I will definitely do it. Got lots of these little cute ideas going. And there will be a pattern for this. I actually kind of already have this pattern on my website. It's one that I do all the time. I've done it like 1,000 times. But I will make one specific to these beads because I like the way it kind of looks like a little party cactus. He's got his ombre happening. And so the problem with this one is it's really, really heavy on the dark color of the cubes. And given that the mix, let me show you where I am on my mix really quick. So I'm down to like the bottom of the barrel on that one. See, that's what I got left. And it's not going to make a bracelet. And so unless you got like a bunch of extras, then it would probably use an entire jar. At the moment, I've got the jars in the shop. So they look like this, but they're a jar of 19 grams. So that might get you a bracelet. But it's going to really heavily use the dark color. So then I thought, okay, well, why don't I flip it, color block it, so that the background changes? We could try that too. I don't know. I have to just do the counts and see how that works out. But I can easily pop this pattern up on the website. So I'll do that. And you can kind of turn it into whatever you want. But the pendant is cool because if you didn't want to do a pendant, you could make it a focal on a bracelet and then just have beads going around. And that might actually be even. But the problem is we've made like 4 bracelets. And I'm just like, how many thousands of bracelets am I going to make you guys make? A heart. Yeah. So yeah, making the heart shape is possible. It definitely is. Oh, sorry about that. Wrong comment there. Yeah. So making the heart shape, we could do that. We could do that. I think so. I'd have to think about it. It would be bigger because it would need to, in order to encompass that whole cactus. Or did you mean just a heart without a cactus in it? I don't know. It would be a big pattern. That's a good idea, though. But do you guys like this one? Should I put effort into writing this one up? It's all herringbone. Easy, easy herringbone. It uses up our leftover 15s, too. Oh, yeah, Clarissa, that's a cool idea. Okay, so she likes the pendant. Yeah, Southwestern cactuses, they always end up finding their way into my jewelry. This was even cute just as a charm. So it can become lots of cool things. Oh, earrings too. It could be an earring. I just got to find a way to make the top of it versatile. If we made it into a pendant though, literally you could just have the chain coming out of each side. I won't know if it looks cool until I try it. So stay tuned on that. I'm still playing. I have tons of these left. I have tons of flowers. So we got to do something with those flowers. And so, oh yeah, so it looks like I've got at least one fan of this one. So definitely we'll be doing this one. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the fold over is like my go-to thing for how to make like a leather tab closure for certain kinds of designs that looks really cool. What else do I have? Oh, so one more thing to show you. No, we'll do the giveaway. I have tomorrow with Neela, we're going to be doing the finished loom design. So I know looming's not everybody's favorite, but I did a loom pattern. And so finished it up. I'm going to show weaving in the ends. I left some of these ends so I can show how I did it. But this one's going to become a slider bracelet with some of the silver silk chain and some of the extra beads from his kit. So that's tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific on Silver Silk and Mora's YouTube channel, where I'll be finishing that. And that's just a little bonus if you like it. Pattern's already on the website. It's just a really easy loom pattern. And I wanted to say also this loom pattern, if you didn't want to loom, you can make it in herringbone. Any loom pattern can become a herringbone pattern. And vice versa, I guess. Okay, so let's see, where am I at with stuff? I think that's everything I had. Yeah, that's everything I had to show you guys. So let's switch my camera and let's do our giveaway. Here we go, bright light, bright light. I'm just checking the chat here. Looking, but would love to repeat to pull threads at the end. Oh, yeah. So this question here, this is something that I can point you to a video that I've actually more than a few that I've done for Jewel Loom that shows pulling them in. On this other one, the one that I just held up, I didn't weave in the ends by pulling them because I didn't tell people in advance that they needed to weave with the eye side of the needle. And if you tell people to try the pulley thing and they haven't done that, it'll kind of snag their work and make it really bad. So I didn't want anyone to get caught out by that because I didn't think ahead to explain it. But I definitely have a full tutorial that shows how to warp it, how to loom, how to pull those warps through. But it requires that you not puncture any warp threads when you're going. And no, I don't currently sell the Jewel Loom, but I can point you to some links. Best place to get it is from jewelloom.com. And you can just, she sends it so fast, guys. You'll get it in like a week. She's so quick. So yeah, I have tons. Like if you go to Jewel Loom's website, or actually if you go to her YouTube channel, I have like 2 years worth of tutorial content on there. So if you love looming, Jewel Loom, and I'm every month she does a kit, and I do a design for her kit every month. So you can join her Creative Soul monthly subscription that she does. Yeah, so let's do our giveaway. I'm going to hold up Jody's kit again. Jody's kit here. So I showed the pearls and I showed the trees. There's a little insert. Check this out. All this wonderful fire polish. And she put stars in it. So cute. She has a seed bead mix of triangles. She has this gorgeous one. I think, Cole, did you do something with this one? I feel like you did.
Which one was it?
You did a beautiful design with Jody's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I saw it
last night.
Oh, that was last night.
Oh, I don't know. I did stuff. I did stuff with the unboxing too. So.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. So yeah, I did.
Last but not least, this is in the kit too. Snowflakes.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful kit, guys. Oh my God, it's amazing.
She put her heart into it. You can tell. She did a good job.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Hey, Patricia.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna get a quick photo there. I have a memory jogger now, so I remember. I'll see the photo. I'm like, yeah, I need to send that. So I'll send this to you. If I don't already have your address, what I usually do is I just go through my website and search and see if I have a past order from you. And if I do, I've got your Addy, great. If I don't have it, go ahead and send it to me, Danielle at DanielleWickesJewelry.com. Awesome. I have all my bead mats. I've got so many mats. Like stuff is stacked behind me. So hey, Cole, what do you have coming up?
Tomorrow, guys, we are wrapping up Stash Camp. I cannot believe, like, what a month it has been. Oh my gosh, you guys. And thank you everyone who's attended the Stash Camps. Thank you to everyone who has guest starred on the Stash Camps. We've had so much fun. I want to thank Jennifer for getting this together. I want to thank Softlex for rolling with it, and all of you guys. So tomorrow it wraps up. I believe we're on at 2 o'clock. That's Eastern. Over on Jennifer Miller's channel, which I did not. I should probably grab a link. And guys, I posted on my Facebook because I'm so excited. I get to meet somebody I never met yet, and I'm so excited. Shira Dang Dawson.
Oh, Shira's on tomorrow. That's right.
Dang Dawson.
Oh, I gotta set my calendar.
I'm so
Tomorrow
excited.
can get crazy, so I want to make sure it's not at the same time as Silky, so I can go, right?
Oh no, we come on I think 2 hours before, 2 or 3 hours before, because I think Silky's
Before
comes on
Silky's.
at 4 o'clock my time, and then we go on at 2 o'clock. So we're the opening act.
Excellent.
Yeah. So we'll be opening up for you guys. We can't wait.
Awesome. So Stash Camp opening for Silky Sunday, guys. We gotta
Yeah.
tune in.
And I also want to thank Jody and Stacy too, who have also been on this journey with me. I love you ladies.
Thanks, guys. That's cool. I'll be there in the chat to cheer for you guys for that.
Yay.
I had fun. I think I was on the second one, I think, that you guys did.
I believe so. Yeah. It was great. I've loved
I
it
can't
so
remember
much.
what I made. My memory is so bad. I don't remember anything. It's getting to where I have to like literally write down anything that I have to remember.
I know that's right.
So funny. Well, I want to wish you guys a great rest of your Saturday. And we'll see you tomorrow for Silkies. And if not, we'll see you for next Seed Bead Saturday, which I hope to have all the stuff I just showed you wrapped up by then. So I'll be a busy bee. I'm gonna get it done. And then if you're not already signed up for my newsletter, I have some stuff coming up that's not done yet, and I don't know when it's going to be like announced. So if you're on my newsletter, I'll make sure that that's the first place I put stuff. This week, you're going to want to be on the newsletter, just FYI.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Awesome. Well, hey, I'll see you guys for the next one. And thank you, Colleen. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for the super chats, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.